For today's top stories.
MMSU USC opens polls for new positions under revised CBL.
Fuel price hike drives up transportation costs.
And CAFSD student leader pursues degree while navigating motherhood.
Relevance,
Excellence,
growth. Good day, Philippines. Here to magnify stories beyond the headlines. I am Robin B. Abay.
and giving voice to perspectives often left unheard. I am Francesca Rencha. This is
The Vantage Point. A bigger ballot and key structural changes are set to reshape this year's USC election. Francesca Ranche will give us the details.
The University Student Council election is set to take place with significant changes this year, following key revisions in its constitution and bylaws and an expansion in electoral positions. For this year's USC election, the number of electoral positions has increased from 22 to 27. Included in this expansion is the shift of deputy secretaries and assistant secretaries from appointed roles to elected positions, allowing the entire student body to directly vote for these offices.
For the past years, it is being appointed. That is why yung revision is nagawa to cater also the suggestions of the college student councils na maging elected na yung mga deputies, upang sa gayon is hindi na mapelayan yung mga college student councils or sino man sa mga organizations na pupunta na merong tataas sa USC.
As the College Student Council Secretary here sa CAS, mahirap talaga if secretary lang ang gumagawa ng work in terms of drafting the papers, doing announcement, kasi information overload yung position namin kasi talagang demanding yung work ng isang secretariat committee or the secretary itself.
The executive committee will now consist of 10 members, divided into senior and junior branches, alongside 17 unit counselors representing various colleges and sectors within the university. Among the key additions is a new article on funds and allocations, which aims at ensuring transparency in how student funds are handled for managing and distributing financial resources across administrations.
By creating the funds and allocation, the students and also the University Student Council will be knowledgeable kung ano ba dapat yung dapat paggamitan ng mga funds na yon at ano yung maaari nilang gamitin doon and ano yung mga dapat lang na nagagasta.
Two new positions were also created, the Secretary for Communications and Assistant Secretary for Communications, designated to handle official publications and manage the Council's media platforms. New rules also clarify who takes over if a seat becomes vacant, prioritizing similar roles before calling for a special election. The changes aim to ensure smoother transitions, better accountability, and a more efficient council system.
Ang gusto kong makita ngayon is that paano nila mababago yung sistema. So once I said the system itself is that paano mag-stand up ang University Student Council sa mga panahong kinakailangan sila at hindi lamang sa mga panahong kinakailangan nila tayo.
Meanwhile, preparations are also underway for Project Bukel 6.2, scheduled on April 11 to 12. The initiative is designed to train the next generation of student leaders in leadership and ground-level work ahead of the election. From structural reforms to new electoral opportunities, the upcoming USC election is more than a vote. It's a chance for students to shape the future of their council. Francesca Rencha, The Vantage Point.
The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned that the global climate is now in a state of emergency. According to the World Meteorological Organization, The years 2015 to 2025 have been the 11 hottest on record since monitoring began in 1850. The agency reports that 2025 alone ranks among the top 3 warmest years. The agency adds that our planet is no longer in balance, trapping more heat than it releases. This warning comes as Pag-asa officially announces the start of the country's warm and dry season, which will bring hotter days and increased chances of heat-related risks. Experts warn that rising temperatures being experienced in many parts of the world are no longer just seasonal, but part of a much larger and accelerating global climate crisis.
Rising fuel prices are driving up transportation costs, affecting students, commuters, and operators. Matthew Cabie will tell us more.
Increasing fuel prices are beginning to impact daily transportation expenses, particularly among students who rely on commuting to attend classes. Recent increases in diesel and gasoline prices have raised concerns over possible fare adjustments and higher daily costs.
So for me, as a commuter, I commute every day kasi from Sarat to Batak. Before pa nagtaas, nakakasya ko yung 200 pesos. But now, yung 200 pesos, napupunan na lahat yun sa transpo. Opinion ko, it's right now kasi parang understandable naman if magpapa-add sila. Yun, as a student, as a commuter, parang naiintindahan naman yun. As lang pinag-iinawat, kumbaga.
In some cases, the burden isn't only financial but also personal. For Angela Jacobe, a working student from the College of Agriculture, Food and Sustainable Development, the impact goes beyond daily budgeting, affecting both her allowance and daily routines.
Ti pagapgapon ti allowance ko kat jay sweldo met lang. Siya kat may nga working student and siya ti mang pagpabasa ti bagbagik and may sanak may nga mang support iti pamilya. Tinubrak tap no ag-tricycle haan ag-tricycle kasi talaga nga ma-feel ko na nga dagsen so magmagnanak no kan daw asidag lang mo no daduma lang talaga kat time lang.
Siyempre, marigatan na kita pada nga tricycle nga lalo ka adwan na kita makipaspasada. So dati medyo kaslad nga marigatan nga minuka. Ada kami na kita makipasada pa lang ti tricycle. Aw handa nga bukod dagi tricycle nako. Isu dagi tiga po nang dagi ti talagang agreklamo nga talaga no daduma.
As mentioned, some drivers rent their tricycles. Christian Paul, a tricycle driver, says he pays 120 pesos per day to rent his vehicle and earns around 400 to 500 pesos daily.
Maawa kami mo di adi ni talaga nga kurang kuma. Siyempre ngin mga to gasolina. Sapay ko mata maaksyonan da ading tanong matulungan da kami ti gobyerno nga tanong matong tiplete.
Understandable sa tricycle drivers na nahihirapan sila. Siyempre talagang yan yung number 1 na capital nila eh. Now kasi ang fare natin is 17.5 regular fare. So, ang increase na pre-propose nila, 25. So, 7.5 pesos ang increase. So, ang decision ng city government is 5 pesos increase. But not yet implement. Yun ang decision. Hopefully, next week namin ma-i-implement yung 5 pesos increase. Temporary lang ito hanggang mag-stabilize. Pero kung nag-stabilize na kagad yung prices, balik ulit tayo sa original.
As fuel prices continue to rise, both commuters and drivers find their way through the increasing transportation costs, while the government explore measures to help ease the burden, reflecting the reality of managing daily needs in these times. Matthew Cabie, The Vantage Point.
A third-year TAFSD student leader is proving that resilience paves way to a degree, balancing campus leadership with the roles of motherhood. Samantha Flores has the story.
Between classes, organization duties, and caring for her child, a third-year CAF SD student finds ways to make each day work, balancing her role as a mother with her responsibilities in school and her part-time work. Hazel Nicolas, a 28-year-old student mother and an active officer in a campus organization, continues to pursue her studies despite the many responsibilities she carries daily. Alongside her academic workload, she engages in part-time jobs to help provide for her child's needs, making practical decisions to manage both her time and limited resources. Her journey, however, has not been without challenges. She stepped into motherhood while still navigating her personal path, eventually taking on work both before and after giving birth to support her child. Despite the demands of raising a child, she made the decision to return to school, determined to continue her education.
Blessed pero at the same time pressure sa family, sa friends. Uri ta ba game kasi magda-doubt ka minsan, kaya mo ba? Kaya mo na bang mag-alaga or magbuhay ng isang baby?
Despite these challenges, she found ways to support herself and her child, taking on any work she could manage alongside her responsibilities as a student and a mother.
As soon as kaya mo namang maghanap ng way, matustentahan ganon, why not go? Go sa kahit na anong work, nakikipaglabada, ganon.
A turning point in her journey came with the passing of her husband, a loss she had to gently explain to her child.
Pero nung andun na kami sa bus, sinabi ko na yung totoo na hindi lang bakasyon pinunta namin doon. Wala na si Papa, mga anak, ganon. Nung nakita na yung kabaong, sabi pa niya, ang gwapo ng Papa ko. Diba? Ang sakit. So I can't, hindi ko alam kung paano noon. Na yung hanggang sa ngayon, okay naman na kami.
Following this loss, she continued her studies, balancing her role as a mother with her responsibilities as a student. Encouraged by her family, she returned to school and carried on with her education.
Di yung term nga ko na nga, agtuloy ka. Agpatuloy ka kasi. Sigang lang ti, mangbiyag hindi anak mo. So, di encouragement na di nga sa ukay na. Iso tatadatuyak.
Nearing the completion of her studies, Nicolas continues to bridge the gap between motherhood and student leadership. She stands as a testament that while life may pause, the pursuit of education must prevail. Hazel Nicolas' story reflects the resilience and determination of many women who continue to pursue their education despite the challenges they face. This Women's Month, her journey stands as a reminder of the strength it takes to keep going and to continue building a future not only for oneself, but for the next generation. Samantha Flores, The Vantage Point.
And those were the stories we've gathered for today.
Beyond the headlines, we remain committed to uncovering the truth.
No story is too small.
No voice is left unheard.
We are
The Vantage Point.